So, good afternoon. Part two of Talking Bread. I spoke yesterday about not doing the wrong thing on the bread, of underscaling, or putting the worst quality inside the bread. Rather, give the consumer the best of quality so you can have that pride in yourself, where the customer always comes back to you and says, "You are looking after me, and I'm going to support you." People are like this today. They've got to turn around the coins to buy. They've got a budget every day. How are they going to feed their family? And that's where we play a very important role on the end of the day. Like I said yesterday, I would look into the pricing of bread, on the flour situation, on the premix situation, that we do not cut back. And we don't have to. The bread premix of 5%. If we follow the recipe, your flour, 5%, your yeast, your water. Because your premix has got everything inside there, what should be inside there. And you do a 700 gram loaf. It will cost you on ingredients R6.71, excluding your water, your lights, your labor. R6.71 on 5%. Now, that is a cheap premix. Going over to a 10% premix, what's going to be a higher cost on the end of the day, your price range will change with 60 cents on a loaf. But then you've got a premium loaf. A loaf what will last longer, what will give you a nice solid bread, more nutrition inside, more flavor. That makes sense. You can also make a complete scratch recipe. What contains a 2% improver. Your price will automatically come in between the 5% and the 10%. So there's actually no difference. But I would not suggest everybody to go for the 2% improver, because the 2% improver is like this now. Me as a baker, I use 2%. I have to put margarine, salt, sugar, yeast. So now I'm going to go out by the shops and go and buy the cheapest margarine, whatever on the shelf. Save money. But did you know you're buying water now? Now you're adding water on top of your mix, where the recipe says 60% water. Now, with the margarine, what you bought, there's water inside there. You've got to deduct this kind of moisture inside there, still to give the customer a good quality. Actually, you're losing. So, automatically, while you're losing and you're adding less water, your yield of your bread production will decrease. So it's not worth a while. So I would go for the 5%. Your main factor on your bread is your flour price. And that's where we've got to watch out for. You get bread for 13 rand a kilo, and you get flour, not bread, flour at 13 rand a kilo and flour for 15 rand a kilo. So there's a 2 rand difference. And you know what? It actually shoots up your bread with a whole 80 cents a loaf. So we got to think now, what are we going to do? Are we going to keep with the 5%? Are we going to go and run to the cheapest supplier what you can get? The suppliers what are all in a market already, those are ones you got to support. You get those sideline suppliers who are small and make things from scratch and trying to go into the market and giving you premix. Yeah, most probably is cheap. But are they always going to be the same? Where the main manufacturers are actually there to make the premix for you and make sure that it's always working. Go with the right thing, my friend. That's what I also told you. Don't think you're going to get rich of just making bread. Bread is a KVI, known value item, what everybody needs in the house. So automatically, by selling volume, it's going to go cheap. So that's why I said you're only making 80 to 90 cents on a loaf, providing that you don't waste it. Don't overmix it. Don't undermix it. Don't think by adding more water you're going to get more yield, because you're going to dilute your nutritions and your strengths. It's got to be right. There's a love and a passion for it, and we can do it. Go out there, do your practice yourself as well, and you will see that it will work. Premix prices are there for a reason. Some of them are putting in a product what's cheaper, what's maybe stronger. Some people, suppliers, are looking at the nutritions, what they're sourcing from overseas, and also at the quality, that you don't get the wrong product into your digestive system that will damage you or your customers. Because we are here to keep them going daily on our daily bread and give them the energy that they can go on working with a good, healthy stomach. We are the people who are the creators of bread. You know where the bread comes from. In the ancient years of Egypt, before Christ, that's where the bread actually started. And then suddenly it was just a flat bread with flour and water mixed together. Later on, only the raising agents came through by the yeast, where they actually developed a bread what started rising. And then only the flavorant came through. Now we got to go on with this kind of tradition of saying we are here for the people to feed them, and we got to do it the right way. By making money, by doing bread in your bakery, you will hear by the next one what you can do to make bread on the sideline. I see you again. Wow.